retro food fans. Today we're going back to 1950 to talk about Lumberjack Macaroni. What is that? Well, hang on and find out. You're gonna love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, this is YesterKitchen and I'm Jill, and I have a special shout out today. This shout out goes to Sharon. My friend Sharon recommended a dish, and you should too. I love hearing about your childhood memories. You never know when they're going to show up on an episode. So Sharon said, hey, my mom used to make this dish called Lumberjack Macaroni, and it was my favorite. Can you find it? Can you make it? Of course. So of course I had to go out and buy the book, which I was so excited to add to my already way too many cookbook collection. But this is Betty Crocker's picture cookbook of 1950. Take a look at this thing. This is just spectacular. I mean, it literally is a picture cookbook. And it's very 1950s. Here, you guys see one more thing. Here's the beginning of it. Look at that. Is that just glorious? Anyway, deep, deep hidden in this book, which by the way, her mom got as a wedding present, and that's how she even found out about it, but not this book. This is mine. So I went out and got the book. I'm already obsessed with it. But today we're going to make something called Lumberjack Macaroni. So Sharon, this is for you. And not just Sharon, but I'm also going to give a shout out to James Ford Bell. Who is he? Well, he was the founder of General Mills. General Mills? What's that? Oh yeah, and more companies than that. But these are the ones that we all know. Anyway, General Mills is huge, and James Ford Bell started the whole thing. And this was his favorite dish too, so she's got good company. So this dish is a super easy one-pot wonder. You can make it like that for your family. It's a version of a mac and cheese. You're gonna love it. So here's what we're gonna do. The first thing we did is I already cooked an 8 ounces of straight up elbow macaroni noodles. You can probably use whatever pasta you want, but elbow macaroni was in the recipe, and elbow macaroni we are gonna use. Okay, so you're just gonna cook it according to the package directions. I cooked it the full 10 minutes because you're not gonna rebake it. You're gonna serve it right from the pan. So I have elbow macaroni that's been cooked in salted water for 10 minutes, and here it is. Now to that, we're just gonna add, mix, and be done. So the first ingredient is 2 cups of, the recipe called for shredded American cheese. Now they don't use Velveeta, I mean you can, but they're actually talking about, back then you really could buy American cheese in blocks. And if you go to your deli counter, it comes out to a half a pound. You can probably ask them if they sell American cheese, just don't slice it, just give you a half a pound brick, you know, and you can grate it yourself. But after some research, I decided that I'm gonna go with Cheddar Jack, because cheddar will give you a nice flavor, but Jack is what is the meltability. So this is what I recommend. Use what you like. It's food history. It's all up to you. So anyway, we're gonna take an entire 8 ounce package, and in it goes. And then the recipe says between 2 and 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire. But then there was a quote from Mr. Bell himself in the cookbook saying, don't be sparing with the Worcestershire. So I won't. We're going with 4 tablespoons. In they go. And the next thing you're gonna add is a 1/4 cup of chili sauce. You know chili sauce, this stuff. Right, it's not ketchup, it's like ketchup with a kick. Well, I'm not really showing you that very well. There we go, chili sauce. People use it for shrimp cocktails instead of cocktail sauce. But if you want a good shrimp cocktail, that's a better one, and I give you 2 options. Anyway, into the pot it goes. Okay, then we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. And maybe about 6 healthy grinds of pepper. And remember, try to grind your own pepper if you can. It just tastes so much better. All right, we're gonna give it a little mix. And the last thing you're gonna add is 3/4 cup, which is a 1.5 sticks of melted butter. That will just make perfection. So see, it's kind of like mac and cheese. It's kind of not mac and cheese, but it definitely has an original flavor all its own, which I thought was amazing. When she first sent me the recipe, I had to try it. It was so good. So I highly encourage you to send me your childhood favorites. And if you can, the recipe, if you know the cookbook, if not, I'm pretty good at finding these things. But I really want to start interacting with you more. So if I can make an episode out of your recipe, I just might do that. I just might surprise you. Okay, so you're just gonna stir this for a little bit more, just until that cheese melts. And the reason they used American cheese back then is because it just melted right away. It's taking a little bit of extra time because cheddar takes a little extra time to melt. So I'm gonna stir this for about 2 minutes. And there you go. And you're done. And by the way, why lumberjack macaroni? I don't know. It sounds good. Okay, maybe because it's so hearty, it could fill a lumberjack. Feed a lumberjack. Anyway, that's it. That's your dish. Lumberjack macaroni, a favorite of my friend Sharon and the founder of General Mills. How can you go wrong? Dinner is on the table in 15 minutes. So all that's left to do is serve some up. And of course I brought out an adorable plate because it is mac and cheese after all, or a version of it. There you go. This is wonderful. You should try it. So send me a recipe request. You never know. If you would like to explore more dishes from your childhood or just the past, I invite you to subscribe. I release new videos every Friday. In the meantime, here's some more retro dishes for you. And remember, every dish, even lumberjack macaroni, has a story. I'll see you in the next video.